Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper here in the Pipe Rest, and I am coming to you today smoking my Peterson 221. Beautiful little pipe. In it, I am smoking Autumn Evening, believe it or not, which is fairly unusual for me, but it's been a cool day today. Windy day, cool day, and thought I'd change some things up. I changed some things up yesterday with a smoke when I had Lane Limited's HGL, which is a really good blend, you guys. It's kind of one of those sleeper blends for me. I really like that one. I don't know what there is about it. It's not something I have all the time, but I'm craving something more towards like a crossover English blend type thing. It's not really an English blend, but I kind of consider it a crossover. It's really good blend to have. And the reason why I call it sleeper blend is because it sits there and sits there and sits there in my cabinet, and then I look at it one day, it's like, yeah, I'll try that, and it's always good. It's always good. So, but today it's Autumn Evening. I am drinking some apple cinnamon tea, which is not usual, but again, changing things up today. Feeling kind of in the fall mood. Actually goes pretty good together. What's going on? I only came down to smoke a pipe because my wife was watching a movie and I didn't feel like watching TV. So I was like, you know what, I'll go down and do a video. So, not a whole lot going on. I just did a couple videos, so you guys, I kind of caught you guys up on everything. Still haven't torn the house down that we bought, just because I'm waiting on that to. There's a lady still getting her stuff out of there, and she's down on her luck. She was not renting. Her aunt owned the place, and let's say she made a lot of bad decisions. So. She also had a lot of people over that made a lot of bad decisions. So there's no insurance on the place. She's staying with somebody right now, but I'm kind of dragging my feet a little bit because she's still got some stuff on the property. Even though everything on the property belongs to me now, legally. I just want to give her a chance to, she doesn't have her own car anymore. So she's looking for rides to get over there. And there's nothing in that place that is earth-shattering for me. Like, nope, I want that, and it's mine. So I'm trying to give her some opportunities to get that stuff. I will say she's kind of the type of person that she'll drag it out, but I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, you guys, just because it's like, I'm not, like I said, there's nothing in there. There's a couple things, some ladders and stuff, but there's nothing in there that's like earth-shattering so much for me to take advantage of somebody who's so down on their luck. So. Other than that, the big thing in the news today, and I don't talk politics on here too much, but the big thing in the news today, Iran bombarded Israel with over 200 missiles, it sounds like. And all I'm going to say about that is, if you guys aren't up on your Bibles, I'm not as much as I want to be, but I would start doing that fairly quickly. If you're one of those people that Like, yeah, I don't know if I believe all that Christianity stuff, you know, it doesn't make any sense to me. Just the simple fact that a nation the size of New Jersey, which is literally surrounded by nations that want to wipe it off the face of the earth, who have publicly stated they want to wipe it off the face of the earth, yet have not been able to. And not just because we're there, we're helping out. And this has been going on for a long time. You can't look at that and be like, it's a scrappy little country. You know, they did it all by themselves. There's a God, and he's watching out for that country. And like I say, I don't get into politics too much. This, however, I believe is a very, very big deal. Those of you who watch my channel for any length of time know that I don't like to brush over things. I don't want to dive into people's opinions. I really don't, including mine. But when I view pipe smoking, I don't view pipe smoking as something I do to get away from reality. I view pipe smoking as something that I do to ponder what's going on, to ponder, you know, my life, the status of my country, the status of the world, my faith, you know, you guys have heard me say it before. I don't consider pipe smoking a hobby. I consider pipe smoking something I do to relax and contemplate. You know, I would put pipe smoking up there with hiking. It's just something I do to relax and disconnect, to think, to be. So when it comes to issues like what's going on in Israel right now, I apologize if you're one of those people that, hey, let's not talk about that. This is fun stuff, right? But that's just not who I am. So it'll be interesting to see how it turns out and what happens there. I get sometimes too glued to the news. So, you know, I don't want to say I get worked up, but I can feel it, you know, inside starting to fester a little bit. And I usually just remind myself that we win, you know, no matter what happens, we win. And just a matter of seeing how the last few innings play out. So it's been interesting so far. And I'm sure it'll continue to be interesting, to say the least. It has spurred some conversations between my wife and I, and we have these conversations every now and then, not because we're paranoid or preppers or anything like that, but things like, okay, the world falls apart tomorrow. What aren't we prepared for? You know, one of my biggest concerns always is heating the house, you know, especially in Michigan, right? We don't have a fireplace or anything. I've got a fireplace in here, but it's just a faux fireplace. It's just for looks. It's an old gas fireplace, fake fireplace that I bought someplace for $50. It didn't work. Actually, I think it worked, but I don't have gas at this house, so at least not yet. But we'll have those conversations, and we have put some food back, amongst other things. But we don't have a bunker that you walk into and you've got a year's worth of everything in there. The thing I find is funny is some people will say, well, you know, if everything falls apart, they call it shit hitting the fan. You know, when the shit hits the fan, I'm gonna go out in the woods, and you know, me and my knife and my dog Bo, and we're gonna survive. And it's like, you know, and you guys have seen my Doug Outdoors videos. You know, I enjoy being out there doing the same thing. But what you're really gonna need is community. You're gonna need a place and people to talk to get things to eat. You know, you're gonna need clothing eventually, you know, and that's way down the road, right? I mean, it's not like if this happens tomorrow, next week we need clothing, but you need community for that stuff, and we're designed to have community. And I think those people are gonna go out in the woods, or, you know, if that ever were to happen, which I'm not saying it would, I think those people would be hard pressed, not impossible, but hard pressed to get all of their needs met, living alone in the woods. Now, my friend John, Average John, he might disagree because he's down there in Louisiana, and you know, there's a different kind of folk down there in Louisiana, just telling you. So, and I mean that lovingly, John, and he knows that. So anyway, so those bring up fun conversations that we have, of how we would prepare, how we would react, you know, whether it was a complete collapse or just a, you know, bump in the road with higher prices and scarcities, you know, how we would how we would navigate that. So just brings up some fun conversations. So guys, let me know what you think. And until then, I hope you all are doing well. Until next time, you take care.